This is a meeting of the Township Committee, Tuesday, October 4th, 2016. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Star Ledger, the Independent, and the Tuber Times, and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on September 15, 2016. Committeeman Sell. Committeewoman Murray. Here. Committeeman Sedambrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Here.
Mayor Sharpenberger. Here. Vice
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor our troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. Our first item on tonight's agenda, we have known action items. A proclamation to be noted for the record proclaiming October 22nd, 2016 as Make a Difference Day. At this time, I'd like to ask the Township Committee if you'd like to adopt the consent agenda, which would include resolutions 16-230 through resolution 16-239. Committeewoman Murray.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Sharpenberger.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. For our regular meeting for September, that's October 17th, thank you. We'll have certificate of appreciation and proclamations, approval of minutes, and public hearing of proposed ordinances and introductions. For discussion tonight, we have the employee policy manual update, the four-way stop intersection.
Where is that?
Well, that's the issue on Borden and Pelican.
Oh, right. I got this.
I did get, Steve is here if you have any questions, but I got an email from Craig Weber today that they, I guess his conclusion is that it's warranted, so if you want to proceed with
I
doing ordinance.
actually asked that we investigate that months ago after one of the neighborhood spotlights and some of the community feedback,
Yeah.
being that the topography and everything else and the speed that comes with Pelican or the
Right.
next steps. And so I think it's a great idea and I'd love to move forward.
When you pull out, the car's right on top of you, if they
Right.
can exceed, it's scary.
It's a natural place to stop too, definitely.
So what do we need to do to proceed?
Well, we can prepare an ordinance to introduce at the October meeting, and we wouldn't be able to adopt it until November 19th, isn't it? 21st, yeah. Oh, that's right. So that would be the schedule if everyone wants to do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Probably what we would do is put some notification out to the neighborhood at some point when we're about to adopt
They're
it.
hoping for it. That's good.
Yeah.
So who's going to notify the neighborhood? Adam,
You guys usually,
We would put sign, I don't know about a mailing, but we would definitely put signboards up, as well as other signs with the help of Mr. Maloney saying new stop sign ahead. And then we would have kind of an education kind of in detail out there where we have put our traffic officers to enforce it and give warnings at first until people got used to it. And then we'd advertise when enforcement would start.
And that's all the association too, yeah, so you can notify.
you know, like association,
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually a good idea.
they can put a mailer out to their
We do email
members.
too.
Yeah. Just like, we did it, remember, we did it for North Middletown for Port Monmouth and Bray and Port Monmouth and Ocean.
Right.
Those are relatively new four-way stop signs, so there's an education period where you.
Yeah.
Did you do one at Market Street too recently?
Yes,
Yeah.
We did, I remember that.
by Bodman Park.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the street vacation for Cross Street and Prospect Avenue.
Right.
And and New Jersey Frames Partnership.
Okay, you can probably elaborate, just so everybody knows. This came up at the Two River Council of Mayors, and so they had a presentation, and it's, I think I discussed it a little bit with Deputy Mayor. And, you know, it's one of those resiliency planning grants that is, I guess, sponsored by NOAA or underwritten by NOAA through DEP. And the only, you know, cost to us is not a monetary cost, but it's in-kind services. So we just have to have one or two individuals, you know, attend a meeting.
I spoke to Dave Jenkins about it today.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, he was on the
He
presentation.
said they'd like two representatives. They have like a, just a general member of the group, and then they have a committee, like a special projects committee. It's a subset of the overall group, and they'd like one person for each of those. And the only responsibility will be for the municipality to make available to the group whatever data, mapping, project information, you know, we have in our records in town. So that's it. But it's, you know, it's a really big project. I think it was nearly $1 million that was given as a grant. It's being implemented by Rutgers, you know, managed by Rutgers. Lewis Berger is the engineering company, and I'd see it probably a project that's going to go on for about 2 years, I would guess. So
And
they
it's all
really,
the towns in the area.
all the Two River
Yeah.
towns, yeah.
I remember when they applied for that.
Thing is, they want to,
I remember when they
Oh,
applied
yeah,
for it.
yeah, they're going to want to, they want the names by Friday.
Wow.
So,
Well, we can have somebody, Ted, if you could spare anybody once, I think it's 4 meetings a year.
yeah, it's only quarterly.
Yeah, so,
But I think that there's some responsibilities, you know, in between meetings and things like that, so it's,
I mean, you physically need a body somewhere, working every year.
I mean, we can work it out. If you want to just have 2 staff members,
Yeah,
you know, be the designated members, we'll work it out.
I think that's
to
a
get
little bit better, because then it puts the onus on somebody here and
Yeah.
everybody's schedule, so.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's something you want to, you know, just appoint a resident, because, you know, you don't know their availability every quarter.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Okay, now we have comments for Township Committee.
Mr. Sell, please say, aside from, hello, everybody.
Hello. First, I want to apologize to everybody here, and I just came from an appointment that ran late. My apologies, Mayor.
Not a problem.
I have no comments to say for the, other than our Middletown day was phenomenal, and everyone did a phenomenal job. Black Hawk really was. Anyway, thank you.
Mr. Zimmerman?
I'm good for this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Murray?
I will reserve my comments as well, thank you.
All right.
I just wanted to take a quick second, as my colleague, Mr. Massell, thank all the staff and supporters and sponsors and the residents who came to celebrate a great Middletown Day. So it was great weather, and appreciate everybody who participated and every way that they did. So thank you all for all that you did for that to make this special time. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, and I'm going to save my comments, but I will say the power of prayer that it turned out such a beautiful day was miraculous. So, and I'll save the rest for the 17th. Okay, thanks.
We have public comments.
Okay, remember the rules. 5 minutes and identify your name and address.
Hey, Littenberg, 41 Hickory Lane,
Hey.
in Lincroft, New Jersey. And, I'm back looking for a sprinkler system at the Lincroft Village Green. Just to remind you the history, we came here some time ago willing to put in a sprinkler system at our cost, and through some investigation, the first thing that interfered was there was a proposal to Aetna who were going to provide community gardens, and we got very excited about that, hoping that would fund the sprinkler system, and well, unfortunately, Aetna found other places to put their money. And since then, we've been speaking with Mr. Maloney about the possibility. There was a calculation that the water bill to the township would be about $2,000 a year, and that stalled it then. Since then, he suggested that we investigate a well. And Melanie, would you get that? So we've come up with a new proposal. We would do fundraising, and we would pay for not only the sprinkler system, but a well and water softener so that the water that got onto the area would not be all rusty, etc. So what you see before you is a proposal that the Lincroft Village Green would raise about $20,000 to put together a well, pumps, get the permits, a water softening system, the sprinkler system with a controller and a rain sensor, so that this could be run. The annual estimate of cost would be just $150 a year. We would ask the township to bring the electric to the well so that it would operate. The proposal is, the well itself is 2 pages back, where we're talking about 150 feet deep, so that we could get a satisfactory source of water, not just a top. And we also are proposing to go back to the idea of a community garden. And the idea of that would be that this would provide enough water that we could irrigate a garden. The proposal that was done for Etna, I have a copy of that, and we would do something similar. I'm not sure exactly the location. We would investigate that and get some advice. But what we want to do is grow. This was, you got this in multiples? Okay.
No,
I was just going to ask. This was the original Etna proposal, and including a fence, etc. But that would be a separate project. That would come to you separately for that.
No, just to remind you, there was a grant application that we had applied for that would have been for a community garden project, which would involve, it was a very educational related program. It would have involved the growing of various crops, providing them to residents of the community, people in need of assistance with food. There would have been an educational component to it as well, which unfortunately we didn't get. It's kind of unfortunate because it was a really great program. So I guess you're talking, these were going to be raised planters, I think, in that plan. Is that still the idea?
Yeah, well, you know, that would be a committee that the LVGA would form, and we'd come forward with a...
I think we would need to see like a specific plan of how much of the park is utilized for this purpose and that sort of thing. So we'd have some ability to review that. But other than that, that's an issue.
Yeah, that's secondary. I mean, we just like the idea. I love the idea of a community garden. There was, the proposal included 3 locations, one in Lincroft and 2 others, which I'm afraid to say I don't recall. But we'd like to have this as an educational project, but also as a community project to bring food to people who were in need. So we're looking to form a different group to take care of the distribution, etc. So right now, what I'm asking for is to get this onto the agenda for the township, so that we can discuss this in solid form. The proposal's there. The cost to the city, to the township, isn't that great, and I'd love your approval to go forward with it.
Ted, have you looked to see what the nearest electrical spot we have to get electric to?
I haven't yet, no. We have some, there is electricity out there.
There is.
I could,
Question.
you know, I can look into that. This is the first time I'm seeing this new proposal tonight, so I can look into that and see.
You just be able to get back to us with the cost, bring the power to that point.
Mr. Wittenberg, I really appreciate all the work you put into this.
Well, thank
This
you.
is a lot of work right here.
Well, I thank Melanie, because I couldn't do it alone.
Yeah.
You
Did
get
a
bogged
great
down.
job. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
So, Abe, Ted will look over this and, sort of walk us through what this is going to entail on our end, okay?
Yes. So my question is, how do we get it onto your agenda?
Well, we just, put it on for discussion, like we discussed those items today.
Uh-huh.
That's typically when we discuss it, because you have to discuss it publicly,
Okay.
so we put it on for discussion next meeting.
Well, Ted has to provide a report to us
Right.
as to
Okay.
Provide,
what the scope is, and then we can put it as a discussion item.
Yeah, we can put it on,
We probably would need to do a resolution, so if you wanted to do that at the meeting of the 17th, I guess that would be.
I think we can give Ted a little time also.
That's the next one.
Yeah, so that would be, or the only thing is we don't have a November workshop, so it might be the November meeting then, take action on it.
Okay.
November 21st meeting might be as soon as we could realistically do it.
So that's to take action, but I think it needs to be put through,
Yeah.
I'd like to
Cost,
review,
yeah.
right. So,
The other question, did you get only one quote, or did you get more?
Got 3 for the irrigation for the sprinkler system, but that Pickwick well is, he said he's the best that
They all
we
say
could work
they're the
with in this area, so
Yeah.
we can get 2 more well quotes if that's required.
I think just to be diligent,
Right.
to have
Yeah.
3 quotes of everything, because normally we would have to do that, and even though you guys are doing it, just so nobody in the future
Yeah.
could ever raise an
Okay.
issue, you get 3 quotes,
If I
it's just
can
the safest.
Find 2 more well companies.
If you try and they refuse to give you a quote, that's a quote.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm saying-
okay.
We do have 3 for the
Yeah, I
irrigation,
have
which
2
was
other
brought forward last
provide
time.
them.
Yeah.
didn't we just run a well, Ted, on North Swan?
Yeah, we did, yeah. I don't know how deep that one is though.
That was one question, is that complicated? Do they know if there's water close by, or is it gonna be a, oh, they know?
In fact, I think this would be deeper than the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it was 150 feet.
I don't think so, no.
That seems-
Is
I
that-
thought it was 80 something,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
150 is very deep,
Yeah.
especially with reservoir not far away.
Yeah, right,
Can you provide the name of the company that did this?
Sure, we can do that to you.
Great, okay, good.
okay, thanks, Abe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else in the vast audience want to speak? There you go.
Hi, my name's Don Watson, living at 1 Collinson Drive. I'd just like to thank whoever was involved with painting the crosswalk at Port Monmouth School. I think the road was barely dry before it even got painted. Everybody's very appreciative down there, and
Not everybody appreciated it day one.
No, because it
Day
was,
2, they appreciated it.
well, they probably got wet paint on their shoes walking across
No, that
the
wasn't
street.
the reason.
But anyway, thank you very much. There's something else here.
All right. Anyone else care to speak?
Could you discuss maybe about what was updated in the employee manual, policy manual?
Yeah, this is every 2 years, the MEL, which is our access carrier for insurance, they suggest updates to the policy manual. And this year, our attorneys also looked over and made some suggestions there. The New Jersey law against discrimination is expanded now to include pregnancy, so we had to insert language to include that in our anti-discrimination. We have
lower language, it changed legal language.
Right, that's basically what it is. The only policy that we added that had not been in there previously was clarifying the use of personal vehicles for business by our employees. And just so you know, they're not authorized to do that unless there's no township vehicle available.
Okay. I think that'll do it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else care to speak? His name isn't Ray Sharkey. Okay. See no further members of the public come forward. We close the public portion and move for adjournment.
second.
Committeeman Michelle.
Yes.
Committeewoman Murray.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Sharkey.
Yes.
Motion carries 2.
What time is it? 9.
Nine.
Yeah.
You walking in?
Yeah, Tony, do you need this back or can I look at this? Do you need this back?
No, that's for you.